Hi guys, welcome back to Adventure 365, the channel that's going places, but not until we've fixed Beryl. On this episode, we're going to be reintroducing Beryl. Now, there's some new subscribers on the channel, and I know a lot of you came over from the channel that shall not be named. But for those of you who don't know who Beryl is, she's a 110 XRAF drone recovery truck. And as far as we know, she's the only one left. And we're turning her into an Overlander. So, like I said, on this episode, it's sort of a reintroduction. So I'm going to go from front to back. I'm going to show you the pile of parts we've got to put on. Because I've been getting all the parts in, and then we can film the video of fitting all the bits and getting her out. So, right, let's start from the front. Basically, standard 110. I'm not really short. Beryl is really tall, by the way. I know it looks a bit like that, but it's not true. She is really tall, and I'll show you in a minute how tall she really is. But let's start under here. That's a lot more difficult to get off than it should be. Now, originally she would have started out life, I'm thinking, as a turbo diesel. When we picked her up, she was a 200 TDI, and now she's a 300 TDI. So we've done loads of work. We've swapped all the engine out, bigger intercooler, you name it, it's had it. There's a gas flowed head under there, full size intercooler, everything. There's literally no expense being spared. The brakes have been uprated, everything. So let me get the camera and I'll just give you a quick look at that. Yeah, so like I was saying, we've put a 300 TDI in. That's a gas flowed Turner Engineering head. It's got a Chinese full size intercooler on that we want to test, comparing it to like an Alley Sport. There's a full wading kit at the back. That's a 4B one. So there's a full gearbox. It does a lot. It's the full wading kit. So that's from 4B. Oil catch can, that's from 4B. I'm having to refresh my own mind here. There's a boost pin and a boost ring in, and a hybrid turbo. So that's not a 4B one. That's a previous one I had. But if I have any issues with it, I'll chuck the 4B one. Then I made up an air filter. Well, TIG welded up an aluminium box, put the air filter in there, so it's closed system. So, you know, for wading, she's fully closed on the air intake. And there's just hours of work under here, guys. Just so much work. Well, let's just move out with the camera and let's have a look at some of the other bits. And just quickly, we've got an aircon front end on as well. There you go, that's a bit better shot for you. We've got an aircon front end to accommodate the full size intercooler, which I don't think you'll really see in there. So that's all the front done. And while we're here at the front, we might as well have a look. That's a later model axle with vented disc brakes and everything. So we put that on, heavy duty drag links, terra firma RTC on there. There's heavy duty cranked radius arms on. So we've got all the toys up at the front. And while we're still up here, we might as well do the tyres at the front. They're 305 75 16 Toyos, all galvanised inner wings. Everything was replaced, the full works, everything's brand new. And there's the original chassis, which is completely rust free. There's a tiny bit of surface rust on it in places, but we'll soon cure that. We have a cure for that. And also we've got the South Downs snorkel, because it's the only one I could get what would fit. And I quite like it, it looks good on there. What else is up at the front? We've got the bigger wheel arches, obviously, because of the bigger tyres. Can't think whose those are. I'd have to go back and check, but they're actually quality ones. They're not flimsy. We've got new hinges on the doors, and we've got a set of Rocky Mountain door tops, which are all aluminium, so they'll never rot because they're pure aluminium. The bulkhead's Galvy. It was galvanised when we got it, so that's never going to rot unless everything else underneath's Galvy. So that's pretty much up to the middle, and I guess we've got to have a look at the back end. We're on walk around mode now, guys, so might be a bit more wobbly on the pictures, and a bit dark. There you go. Like all military, or a lot of military Defenders. She isn't really a Defender either. She is a 110. She's pre-Defender. We've got jerry can lockers on each side. So we've got plenty of storage. And let me see if I can get that for you. There you go. That's the original badging that was on her when we got her. A quick look underneath. Now, we've got heavy duty rear trailing arms. We've got a custom built rear axle. I ended up getting rid of the Salisbury. For all those of you who watched the previous videos, the Salisbury's gone. Let me turn the brightness up for you again. Now, that's a reinforced, it's trussed, braced. We're just waiting to get another diff for that. So I'm getting probably an Ashcroft air locker in the rear and heavy duty drive shafts. And that's got an XS 4x4 trussing kit on. So I'm more than happy with that axle. And that's disc braked as well. So coming all the way round to the back, we've got a spare wheel carrier. Now the only thing we did have to replace on the chassis was the rear cross member. So it's got a galvanised rear cross member on now. LED lights all round. Well, all at the back. It will have at the front. And there's loads of stuff I've missed, guys, because there's so much gone into this truck up to here. So that's pretty much all the way around the body. Let's look at the inside. So the inside is in pieces because there's no transfer box, and we'll get into that now. We've still got to finish, all of the interior's got to be finished and everything's got to be put back in, but we might as well, as there's not a lot to look at on the inside, have a look at all the parts we've got. So this is the transfer box out of the truck. When we remove this, well, when we were first working on the truck, it had no oil in it at all. It was bone dry. We drove it all the way back from where we picked it up. There wasn't a drop of oil in this, so I'm going to send it to have it rebuilt. There's a weird clunk. I mean, there's something amiss in that box, and I'm not sure what it is. And I don't want to go through all the time and expense, all the money we've spent on the truck, to just go put this one back in, drive it for 200 miles and it go bang. It might, you know, it could last thousands of miles. You never know. It's a bloody Land Rover. They either break or they run. So I'm going to take that to Ashcroft's. I'm actually physically going to take it down there, drop it off with them, let them have a look at it. Well, just let them rebuild it. I'll have the hardened cross pin and all the other bits and some extra bits put in it at the same time. But that's a 1.6 transfer box. So, and I think it's the way to go, is to keep the 1.6 with the size of the tyres we're running. So yeah, that's got to go for refurbishing or reconditioning. I'm just going to interrupt this episode here, guys. If you're enjoying this video, give us the thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, and definitely leave us a comment below. I love the comments. I answer them all. It's usually in the evening, so if you've commented in the day, I'll usually comment back at night. So let's get back on with the rest of this episode. Well, this is the good pile. This is the good stuff, guys. So this is some of the stuff that's on the way. I've been ordering stuff like crazy. Karen's not happy. She's seen how much it's been costing. But yeah, I've been ordering all this stuff so we can get this truck finished in the next 2 months, because I really want to get it to the Overland show, which is like 3 months, almost 3 months to the day. So, well, you'll see if I get it there, because you'll be the first to know. Right, let's start off with this pile of stuff. Some of this stuff has been donated, and I'll tell you who's donated it or where it's come from, or, you know, if I've had a discount on it. But most of the stuff I've paid for. Let's start with this. This is a switch assembly. This is an awesome piece of kit. This is going to make wiring up everything in the truck so much easier. Everything goes onto a control panel. There's a switch block in here. I'll show you properly when we're actually fitting it. But hang on. That came from Forby. Hang on, yeah, right way up. There you go. That came from Forby. So thanks to Neil and Steph. That, I tell you guys, if you're thinking of wiring up a lot of stuff in your truck, that is the way to go. That's going to make life so simple. So that came from Neil. This is a new set of headlights. So I'm going to try and not bang my microphone too much for you. New set of LED headlights. They've got to go in. I paid full money for them. They've come out of my pocket. Quality unknown. Made of the top quality Chinesium. Military bonnet catches. Military bonnet catches. Try to say that twice. Or even once in my case. So they're there to replace the original military ones that were on. So we're putting like for like. I would have used the original ones because they were actually much better quality. These are aftermarket, but they're not bad quality at all. But I would have liked to have used the original ones, but one was broken. The spring had gone in, so I couldn't use it. LED headlights and LED indicators and side lights. I paid for them. There's not a lot to see as they're indicators and side lights. No idea what that's in this box. It's like Christmas. Oh, split charging relay to go to this battery. A lot of this is stuff that you've got to put on anyway, so I paid for that as well. That was full price. This has all been donated, and I'll put a link to I don't know if you want me to say your name, so I'm not going to, but I'll put a link to your Instagram page in the video. But this is all stuff that's been was all given to me for Beryl, like the grill and stuff. So I actually don't know where that's come from. I think it's so long since I've looked, it may have been in the box. That's rubbish. Awning lights. More awning lights. Some nice Raptor 4x4 spotlights. Now they must be, no, they're not spot, no, they might be spots, or they might be floods. I'll have to test them. They're either spots or floods. There's some spare lights to go on the rear, and there's a Madman to go on the dashboard to give me all tell me what the engine's doing. That's all my favourite thing. It's wiring. You know I don't like wiring. as I said, I'll put the link to the Instagram page anyway. Now, this is a big box from YRM. Hang on. Ah! They don't have much rubbish. What they do is post it to you and then tell you it's packing. Some people will know what this is straight away. It's a battery box to get that battery in and the crank battery, so it's a bigger battery box. So we've got to take the original one out, which is galvanised. So we've got to take the Galvy one out that I rebuilt and sent off to be galvied, to replace it with an aluminium one. Basically, so I can get that battery in and the crank battery. Because even though Beryl's a big girl, we're still limited to space. There's only so much space. We'll put that back in there and hide it and pretend we never saw it. Right, let me put all this stuff back. Right, last thing that we've got so far, there is other stuff on order. I've got a big 5 kilowatt Chinese diesel heater. That was a purchase off eBay. So at least we're going to have heating in this. So that pretty much wraps this video up, guys. Oh no, I've got one more thing. One more thing. Ready for this? Channel stickers. When I sort out how I'm going to sell them, I'll put a link in either this video or the next video. So these are going to be very, very limited. Like I say, there's 25 sets. We're working on getting a new logo for the channel, but for now, we've got that many. So as soon as I sort out how I'm going to sell them, I'll put the link up. And that's it, guys. I was going to say episode 1 of Beryl, but it's many episodes in, so it's episode 1 on this channel of finishing Beryl. So stay tuned. The next episode we are going to be putting stuff on, so I'll see you on the next one, guys.